I'm Serena.
I'm Jess. Today we are making carnivore pizza.
So good. If you're looking for like a traditional food to eat that you can carnivorize, this is a really good option. There are so many different ways that you can make a pizza and make it carnivore so it doesn't have any of that other stuff in it. So for mine today, I'm actually going to be making an egg white crust for mine, but it's not going to be like an egg white that you just, like crack open and cook. It's going to be fluffy and it's going to feel like a crust. And Jess is doing...
I'm using ground turkey because we tried that in another recipe where I substituted this instead of ground chicken and it worked pretty well. So I'm going to try my crust with ground turkey today. And I've never actually made this, so I'm really excited. I've never made carnivore pizza before.
Yeah, this will be super fun. I made it once before with the egg white crust and it was very pizza-like. I was able to kind of pick it up and hold the slices like you would a normal pizza. So I'm hoping that this will come out like that today also. And then for my toppings, I am not going to use a sauce. I'm going to use ricotta cheese instead. So mine will be like a white pizza. And then I am going to put mozzarella cheese on it. And I'm going to add just kind of traditional toppings to mine. I'm going to do some pepperoni and some bacon bits. And then this morning I cooked up some spicy sausage. And so I'm going to put that on top as well.
I'm just doing a white sauce. I'm going to do heavy cream with cream cheese and reduce it and make it thick like the gravy that we did for the carnivore biscuits and gravy. And then I'm going to put cheese on top with some shrimp.
That sounds like that is going to be so good. It's kind of your non-traditional version of a pizza. Your oven says, come on, let's go.
We're ready to go.
So what are you going to do first?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start making, reducing the sauce and then do the crust.
Okay. I'm going to have to use my mixer here for a few minutes. I'm going to mix up the crust for mine. So here's what's in it if you're interested in making kind of an egg white version of the crust, and we'll see how it comes out. I think it'll hold up pretty well. So I am going to use, I need 1.25 cups of water for mine. And then I like to use these Now Sports, this Now Sports egg white protein. This is not very expensive. I get it on Amazon and it works really well for this. I've already measured it out. It's 1.25 cups of water and 1 cup of the egg white powder. I'll go ahead and put that in. And then I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar. It's really kind of optional, but the cream of tartar does help with the consistency just a little bit. It helps it kind of hold its shape better.
Yeah, for this sauce that I'm making, it's literally just cream cheese and heavy cream, and you just let it thicken up until it reaches a consistency that you like.
Let's scrape the bowl to get some of the powder off that kind of gets stuck on the sides.
So my sauce is going, and now I'm going to make my crust. I'm going to make it with ground turkey, and then I'm going to add an egg to kind of hold it together, and I'm going to mix it together in this bowl and then pat it out into like a rectangular shape because this is the only pan that I own.
And it works great.
It has worked great.
It's very versatile. It works for everything.
It is, yeah, so far it's worked for everything that I've needed it to work for.
Okay, while you do that, I'll finish with my egg whites. They're almost done. Now I'll show you what the texture looks like on this. It's different than when you just whip regular egg whites using the egg white powder like that. The texture is a little bit different. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's just not exactly the same. It's actually really a lot sturdier than it is if you just use egg whites, but you can certainly use regular fresh or even a carton of egg whites for this. But I actually like the texture of this a lot better. And then at the end, after it's done being whipped, and this is totally optional, but this is very, very lean since it's just egg whites, and I like it to be just a little bit fattier. It makes the texture like a little bit more dense. You can add a few egg yolks to it, but I like to use these dried egg yolks. It's just a powder. And again, I get this on Amazon, so I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of this to it. It adds a little bit of fat and some more stability to it, but again, it's not necessary.
I just put some cheese in my ground turkey. I forgot what I was making. My ground turkey to try to even like hold it together even more because it's kind of soupy.
Okay, I'm going to run my mixer again. Mine's done, I think. And this is the final texture here. It holds peaks and things. It's a really good texture.
I just put some butter on the parchment paper. So just in case it tries to stick. So I'm melting the butter right now so this doesn't stick because it's kind of soupy. It's not like a crust or anything. So I'm kind of nervous.
Now I'm going to spread mine out on parchment paper, and mine's going to be round. Might have enough for 2, but I was only planning on making 1. Yeah, I definitely have enough for 2. I think I'll save the other half and turn it into tortillas maybe for some roll-ups for lunch or something.
Ooh, yum. Does the egg, because you use the powder, the egg powder, does it have a different taste? Does it taste weird?
No, it doesn't. It tastes just like normal meringue. It is a really good texture. And what I love about this is that the pizza isn't eggy either. Like when it's done, it doesn't have an egg flavor.
Ow. This oven mitt doesn't work very well. I don't think it's really for hot things. I think it's made for like semi-hot things.
So here's mine. Did you just put yours in?
No, I'm putting mine in the thing right now.
Okay. So here's mine.
That looks like pizza dough. That's cool. These are my American oven mitts that actually work. And this is my what I got from in Japan, and it like does not, the heat goes right through it. Okay, so here's my crust. I'm hoping this works out. I'm a little nervous, but it's fine. So my oven is set to 400 right now, and I think I'm gonna cook it for like 10 minutes and check on it.
Okay, mine too. Mine's set for 400 for the egg white crust, and mine should take probably right around 10 minutes also.
Okay, this is fun because we're not really following like a super strict recipe or anything. We're kind of just winging it, which is our MO, but this is like it.
Yeah, because this time we're not even actually following anything at all.
No, I'm not measuring anything. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder where that saying came from. Do you know where that saying originated? Is origination a word? The origination?
I think so. No?
Origination? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a word when I say it out loud, but I wonder where it originated. Where it originated.
Yeah, where it originated, but origination, I think that's a word.
Let us know if you know.
But sometimes we use words that aren't words, like carnivorize. I'm not sure that that's actually a word either.
That's the beauty of the English language. You can basically say whatever you want.
You can call it beautiful if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna keep stirring. My sauce is like thickening up really nice. I was never So before I went carnivore, I was never a huge fan of white sauce on pizza. Like the only time I liked white sauce was like with Alfredo. But I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah, I am too. I'm curious. And especially the combination of that cream cheese and heavy cream mixed with the shrimp. I think that's just going to be really delicious. You have me wanting shrimp tonight. I think I'll have to make that sauce and pour it over some shrimp tonight with some Parmesan cheese. I usually just do butter and Parmesan cheese on my shrimp, but I don't know. I want that sauce now today.
Do you think that feta cheese would be good on top too? Because I have some feta.
Sure. Do you like feta with shrimp?
I don't know.
I bet it would be good.
Okay. I mean, I'll put it on some of it. Maybe this will be like the new pineapple on pizza. Does feta go on shrimp?
Sure.
Did you like pineapple on pizza before carnivore? I did. I was team on pizza. Yeah. One of my favorite pizzas was the pineapple with the Canadian bacon and the jalapenos or pepperoncinis or
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that does sound good, but I'm really more of a traditional pizza kind of person. When I used to eat pizza, like I was never a barbecue chicken pizza kind of person, or like a pineapple on pizza. I like my pizza with sauce and cheese and whatever toppings. But now it's been a really long time since I've had sauce, and I've always also liked the white pizza. That has always been something that I really liked. So it's fine for me to use the ricotta. I don't use the sauce at all on mine.
I think one of the reasons that it was really easy for me to transition to carnivore was because I was kind of like a really picky eater before. So I eat a lot of things before. So it wasn't like a struggle for me to like cut out a lot of things because I was really picky. I literally would stick to like the same things, which I think also helped my transition because I was used to like having a very redundant diet because I would stick to the same things that I liked, but I didn't like barbecue. Like whenever I don't want to say hate, but I really didn't like going to like family functions because like whenever you go to like a family function, it just revolves around food, like even for holidays and stuff like that. Yeah. And I never liked any of the food.
Really?
Yeah. And then, like how you get like family pressure of like, try this thing I made. And then they make you feel bad about it. And I hated that. So I didn't like going to like family events because I hated the like pressure of like having to try so-and-so like jelly salad or whatever.
Yeah. I bet that became a lot easier when you became gluten-free 10 years ago though, because then you had a reason to not try some of the stuff.
Yeah, but then people will still push that on you. They'll be like, oh, you don't understand how good this is. You need to try it and just deal like you don't understand what I dealt with before I was gluten-free. Like, and they're like, oh, it's worth it. I'm like, nothing is worth that. I don't ever want gluten in my mouth again. So that's like one of my biggest pet peeves is feeling pressure, people pressuring you to eat something that you don't want to eat. I hate that so much. And I've always hated it. And then with carnivore, I hate it too, but that's always one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah. I get restless leg syndrome real bad if I eat wheat or gluten, to the point where like when I was pregnant, I had to take Ambien and my hormones, I guess, made it worse. But I actually had to take medicine when I was pregnant to help me sleep. Because the doctors were worried because I wasn't getting any sleep at all. I would like pace for several hours in the middle of the night in the living room, pregnant with, with 2 and then with 3 small children that were going to get up, at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was going to have to be a mom after not sleeping because my legs were bothering me so much. And if I don't eat wheat or gluten, it's been probably 9 years for me, 8 or 9 years since I've eaten it on purpose. I have been glutened a few times by accident. And I know almost immediately, like if we go somewhere and I eat something, it actually happened on Mother's Day at Olive Garden and I got a steak and we got home that night. And I think it was the only thing I had eaten that day. And we got home and I was sitting on the couch and my legs were, it feels like they're moving even though they're not. It's like this, just this terrible like ache in your legs. And I was like, I feel like I had gluten today. And I looked it up and sure enough, the steak had wheat on it. I could not believe, because that wasn't something that was ever like on my radar that there would be wheat on a steak. And I even had the allergy menu from Olive Garden up on my phone when I opened up my phone and opened up Safari, because I was looking at it there at the restaurant because I was trying to see if the one of the shrimp dishes had wheat in it, and it did. And so I just dismissed it and said, I'll just get the steak, thinking that's safe. But it really bothered my legs that night and I can't sleep. It keeps me up. It's just miserable. So I think, wheat just causes so many issues for so many people, and people are having trouble and they just don't even know that that's why, because it's in everything. So they're eating it all day, every day, even if they're not eating bread or not eating a lot of bread. And I think people just don't know what the signs are to look for.
Yeah, they hide that stuff in everything.
Yes, in everything.
And it's like unnecessary. Like the gravy when we made it. If you guys haven't watched the carnivore biscuits and gravy video, go check that out. But it blew my mind when we made the gravy, and it was literally just cream cheese and heavy cream, because when you get gravy, like in the real world, they put gluten in it to like thicken, and it's completely unnecessary. So it's so frustrating that they put it unnecessarily.
Yeah, really, really frustrating. And yeah, like you said, that gravy, when we tasted it, I was blown away by the flavor and the consistency of it, just how much like gravy it was. And it's completely natural, has, no non-carnivore foods in it, just the whole thing is really good. And so I was actually really surprised by that.
Yeah, I liked it. It's definitely one of my favorite like things to make now.
I'm going to check my dough. I think mine's close. How about yours?
Mine says it has 30 seconds left on the oven. I don't think it was very thick. I'm just like worried about it not staying together, like not being a pizza, but like it turns out to be, it'll still be delicious because the ingredients are delicious, but I don't know if it'll substitute pizza.
Yeah, but there are many, many places where you have to eat the pizza with a fork. So if you have to eat it with a fork, that doesn't not make it pizza, or doesn't make it not pizza.
It'll just be gourmet, or
right. That's exactly right.
It's too fancy for you to use your hands. Let's say that.
Okay. So we're out of the oven.
Yes. Ooh, that's hot.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. I put mine in for 5 extra minutes, so 15 minutes, and it actually it looks cute. It's like a little pizza, I think.
So mine was in for 10 minutes, and you can pick it up and hold the whole thing. It's really a lot like dough.
Let's see if I can put mine on a plate.
Well, you have to put it back in the oven, don't you?
Yeah, but this is the only pan I have, so. Or wait, no, I can decorate it on here. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I was like, I have to take it off to decorate it and then put it back on the thing.
The funniest part about that isn't that you thought that you had to take it off. It's that you're calling it decorating the pizza. I love that.
Yeah, you decorate the pizza with the topping.
You do decorate the pizza.
This is art. We're doing art right now.
How's your sauce? Is it ready?
It is. Okay, so I just learned tonight that if you cook the sauce too long, it starts to separate. So you have to find the sweet spot of it thickening and then taking it off the heat. Because I just left it on the heat and now it's separating a little.
Oh yeah, it'll be okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I might just let it sit for a little bit, like you said, and see if it'll congeal back up.
Yeah, you're gonna cover it up with cheese anyway, right?
Yeah, it's just not thick anymore. Is that okay?
At least your pan has sides on it that you're putting the pizza on, so if it runs off, it's okay.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can try it.
Ready?
I'm so I'm so bummed because it was like the perfect thickness, and then you just keep it on there too long, and now it's, yeah, it'll still taste good.
Yeah. So I'm putting the ricotta on mine. How's it doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the ricotta on mine, and then I'll put the mozzarella on. So really, it's morning time for me, and this is really the perfect breakfast. It's kind of like an omelet.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll put this. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some cheese on mine. I just have some shredded cheese. This is cute. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I haven't made pizza in a really long time. We tend to eat a lot of burgers and a lot of steaks and eggs. So I like when we get together and make recipes. It's a nice, I don't get bored with my food at all, but it is, you know, kind of nice to do something different.
Yeah. To break it up a bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt. Okay, now I'm gonna put my strippies on.
Okay. They're gonna decorate your pizza so nicely.
Yeah.
And now my bacon bits. I bet bacon would be really good on yours too, with the cream cheese, with the creamy sauce, and then the shrimp. I bet bacon would be really good on that one.
Yeah.
Mine's ready to go back. Is yours?
Yeah. Ah, mine's fun. Okay, we're good.
Ready?
What'd you put yours in for? I did 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I think that's enough. We just have to melt the cheese and reheat it. So I didn't set my timer. I'm going to use your timer.
Okay, sweet. So when you cook, are you the kind of person that cleans while you're cooking, or do you wait until the end?
I try to clean while I'm cooking.
I think I'm the person that puts everything in the sink, and I'll like clean the counter off or something, and then when I've done something, I'll put it in the sink, but like I don't clean any until I'm done.
Yeah, and typically when we're making videos, a lot of times while things are cooking, I start kind of cleaning up.
And then like putting stuff away.
Yeah.
I'm a putter awayer. Like once I'm done with it, I'll put it away. But when I'm done with like a utensil, I'll just put it in the sink.
Well, that's where it goes. You got to wash it.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy about Japan too? Is their trash system is a lot different than the United States. Like in the United States, you just throw your trash away, and sometimes you recycle, but it's not like it's suggested, but it's not required. But here you have to separate all of the trash. So we have like 4 different trash cans. So like when I cook and I have trash, I just end up putting, oh, the timer's off. I just end up putting it in the sink because I have to go back into like a back room and like separate it all out into like 4 different trash cans. That was like the hardest part about moving here, was like figure out the trash system.
All that out. Yeah.
I just went to like the meat, but I never had like a huge emotional attachment or like an attachment to food in general. So like it wasn't extremely hard for me to like, there was nothing that I was like, ooh, I can't give that up. Like I was like, oh, carnivore, you just eat meat? Okay. And I just started
Yeah, that's interesting because I saw your video the other day, and that's really interesting. I think there is a difference in the people that have like the food or carb addiction, they had that emotional attachment. And then like, because you didn't have any of that, it was just a completely non-emotional decision for you. But I think you can tell like in the Facebook groups and things like that, when people post, you can really see that emotion for some people where food has been their crutch for years and years, whether it was, you know, constantly restricting because they were always on a diet, or if they were, you know, chronic overeaters or chronic undereaters, or tried every diet, you know, that you could even think of. I think there is an emotional attachment for a lot of people that makes it so much harder to transition because, and I think like for me, I had to quit looking at it like the things I couldn't have and just focus on the things that I could have, because I definitely had, you know, an emotional attachment to food. And so for me, it was focusing on the things I can have instead of feeling bad about the things that I couldn't have. And I think that made a huge difference for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine was just completely like motivated by like, I hope this helps me. Like, right. I don't know why. I just have never, I like not my whole life, but like when I was conscious of like my eating decisions, I always tried to like eat like relatively like healthy. I don't want to say like healthy because I ate a ton of ice cream and stuff, but like I was eating salads and I was eating lean meat and I was eating oatmeal too. Food for me was always just like just food. I don't know. It's so weird. Like I never like got attacked. I don't know why. Cause I would have like moments in high school where I was really stressed out and I would go eat ice cream. And to make myself feel better, like I was stressed. So I wanted to eat ice cream, but then like, but it didn't evolve into anything. I don't know why food wasn't the thing for me. Like maybe I'm addicted to something else, but food wasn't. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think it's different for everybody how that manifests. If it does like run in your family, I think it's different for everybody. It's my oven. Like plays us a song. Goes one more time. Oh my goodness. Look how cute yours is. You decorated it so well.
No, my decorations are so cute.
It's amazing to me how much like pizza this feels like.
I'm gonna put more salt on top.
So here's mine as a slice.
Ooh, that looks good. I don't think I can slice mine. My sauce is gonna just fall right off. I have to eat mine fancy with a fork and a knife.
That's all right. I'm not actually sure I can pick mine up because it's so hot, but once it cools, in the past, I have been able to pick it up.
Here's my slice.
Oh, how cute. I like it. Yum.
I'm excited.
Me too.
It's crispy too.
You ready?
Yeah.
Bon appetit. Let's eat.
It's warm. My eyes are watering. That was a hot bite.
So good.
That's really good.
Really good. Yeah, so good. And with the egg crust, it's really not eggy at all. And it's just like having a slice of pizza. So if that doesn't, you know, cause you to crave actual pizza, then this is a great alternative to what you normally eat just for a treat.
Mine doesn't taste like pizza. It vaguely resembles pizza, but it definitely doesn't. Wouldn't pass for if you said this is a piece of pizza, they'd be like, meh. It's still It's still delicious though, and I like the crust, like the top of the crust got crispy because I I think that's because I put like some cheese in there, but
I bet you're right.
yeah.
I bet you're right. I bet that's why. Yeah, this is very much like having a slice of white pizza from a restaurant. So if white pizza is your thing, so good. I don't know why I haven't made it in a long time because it's so good and it wasn't very hard.
I know we winged it. We didn't even follow a real recipe. Winged it. I'm gonna put feta cheese on this bite and see what it tastes like with feta.
So it's cooled off a little bit and I can just pick it up with a crust. It's just like pizza.
The feta's good on it. I like it.
So feta does go with shrimp. And just like when I used to eat regular pizza, I will not finish the crust. If it doesn't have the stuff on it, I don't want it.
You didn't eat the crust? You didn't. You would leave the crust? You were one of those?
I'm one of those people. If it doesn't eat stuff on it, I don't want it.
My brother was like that. I was the exact opposite, to where the crust was my favorite part. And I would like discard, the pizza I didn't really care as much about, but the crust was like the best part to me, especially when it was like crispy and stuff. And so I would, if there was any crust left, like in the box or something, like I would eat the crust. Isn't that crazy?
I would eat it dipped in like garlic butter or like dipped in sauce and then dipped in Parmesan cheese or something. But then it's basically just not crust anymore. But I didn't like it by itself. I was not a crust eater when the crust was by itself. If I had something to put it in, I would eat it. But
I like the crust. Like I like the crispiness of it, which is like interesting because I liked pizza crust, but I didn't like just eating bread in general. Like that was the only time I just liked eating bread. But I think it was because it was like crispy and I like the crunch. But like just eating like a roll or a breadstick or something like that wasn't as appetizing to me as like a crust. Yeah.
Right.
I was this pie too, like pie crust. That was like my the pie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was wonderful. Such a great little recipe to make midweek. What a nice surprise for your family. You know, even if they're not carnivores, I think these are the kinds of foods that other people would eat, even if they're not carnivores. So now that it's cooled off a little bit, you know, you can pretty much hold it up and eat it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really good. And I'm glad you like yours with the shrimp and the sauce on it.
Yeah. And the ground turkey worked really well. Like it's not, you can't hold it like a pizza, but it stayed together, it kept its shape, and it has a good taste. So it definitely got the job done.
Yeah, so the bottom line is anything can be pizza. Right? I mean, if cauliflower can be pizza,
yeah,
we can make pizza anything we want. So in this case, we have the meat crust, which I have done ground beef quite a bit for mine, like in the past. We would call it pizza, and we would use ground beef for ours quite a bit. You have to like drain off, it has a lot of fat, you know, so you have to drain off the fat. The pizza pan kind of fills up with the fat. You have to drain it off like halfway through. But my favorite way to make pizza is with sausage as the crust. That gives it like a really great flavor. So like you could mix sausage with turkey or something if you wanted to, or mix it with ground beef, and just like mix it up the way you did, and use sausage as the crust. And that's actually really yummy too.
Like ground sausage, or like
breakfast sausage, you know, like the tube of breakfast sausage.
Oh, okay. So it's like, it's not like
ground. Yeah.
Okay, I was like trying to figure out how you use sausage. Like you did like little petite bites or something. I was like, how does she do that?
Wow. Yeah, so get the ground, not the already pattied sausage, and do it like you did. Mix it with an egg and a little bit of cheese or something, and pound it out. So then every bite tastes like sausage, but it still is the same idea, you know, as what we made today.
I wonder if pork rinds would work too, like how we've used pork rinds before as like biscuits or something.
Oh, interesting. Like, I wonder if the biscuit recipe would work. I bet it would if you made like some little pizzas out of it. I bet that would work.
Yeah, like the old school like bagel bites, but they're like pork rind bites or something.
Yes, that's a great idea for like mini pizzas for your kids or just for a fun snack. Yeah, that's a great idea. Just basically do it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Very good idea.
It's in the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
Endless.
Endless.
Less.
Yes.
Less.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe below.
And thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time here on the Carnivore Revolution.